Hello Sagittarius, Sagittarius Rising and Sagittarius Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting January 2nd, 2017. And Happy New Year to you all as well. And a quick reminder for you guys, remember Tarot Tutorship online class starts on the 8th. So if you'd like to sign up for that course, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com to enroll. I'll be sending out documents and reading material and all kinds of stuff like that as we get closer to the date later on this week. So look forward to seeing you there. Now, what is going on with your astrology this week, Sagittarius? Well, we've got a lot of emphasis on the home front in the beginning of this week, as the Sun in Capricorn forms a gorgeous connection to Mars in Pisces. And this is between your earned income sector and your fourth house of home and family. Excuse me. And when we have Mars and the Sun coming together, there's sort of a big win that actually unfolds. Mars and the Sun working together really increase our sense of security, especially financially, and that's what's going to be going on the home front. There could be some kind of, again, big win brought to you through the home or through a family member, or possibly even a big opportunity for you to cash in on maybe an asset that you already have. The earned income sector and the home sector working together can also be great for those of you looking to actually launch a home business opportunity, or if you already have one, have it start to grow quite quickly, even though January is typically out of season when it comes to, that kind of professional busyness. However, with the Sun in your second house, this could also be a great time for those of you to be noticing more opportunities for taking home work, or perhaps even getting some kind of financial incentive to take work home from the office with yourself. Almost essentially having two different jobs with the same employer, but also, it's only in the short term, but it will be a nice boost. Later on in the week, we have Mercury, again, currently retrograde, sliding out of Capricorn and back into Sagittarius, into your sign. And for a lot of folks, this is bringing back a discussion or opportunity that, was kind of left on the table but never addressed a few months ago. And the same is happening for you. And an old opportunity, or an old, maybe some kind of plan that you had that had to get delayed or put off or revised for whatever reason, is going to be rediscussed later on this week. And this could be a big deal. This could have to do with school, this could have to do with a move, this could actually have to do with, even how you were going to handle some kind of big, I guess you could say travel venture that, some kind of bucket list idea that you had going on, something that you wanted to, again, launch or get ready to launch but couldn't, even going back to having these discussions in October and November of 2016. So what is being put back on the table that we've had to ignore, or perhaps, just had to put off for whatever? Now we have time and space to reconsider it. Now again, we might not be committing to it during Mercury retrograde itself, textbook Mercury retrograde, but at the same time, this is being put back on the table for a reason, or at least it's getting called to attention for a good reason. So what is going on with your cards this week? Well, when it comes to your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Initiate. And this card is basically saying, this is a week where a lot of you Sagittarius people would do well to consider maybe being a follower instead of a leader. Okay? And not necessarily in like a value statement kind of way. But with the Initiate card, it's sort of a test of, can we follow or can we trust somebody else's lead? And usually in this case it has a lot to do with the fact that we're going to be presented with a lot of information and opportunities where we have no expertise in that sense. And the Initiate card can talk about openness and open-mindedness in this way. If we don't have any expertise about how a certain, piece of technology works, or how, a certain legal system works or something like that, obviously we would want to defer to the proper, the proper worker, the proper expert in those areas, and you're going to be given a lot of experts to work with this week. The Initiate card can also say this is a week to start trying to become more of a student and learn how things work, as opposed to simply just hire out as well. This is an opportunity to gain more of a do-it-yourself kind of opportunity, even in ways that you might actually find that you can save money or time learning to do something yourself than hiring out as well. But you will need the tutelage, perhaps, of somebody who's in the know. So again, maybe taking on a little bit more of a follower type of attitude, just even for this week, may actually prove to be quite helpful, as opposed to, trying to dictate too much. You may find that people are more willing to do things for you anyway, when they are teaching you how to do it for yourself. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Four of Pentacles upright. And this card is pretty much talking a lot about, a lot of you Sagittarius people being able to sort of get some sense of security from behind closed doors. Usually with the Four of Pentacles, we do tend to have people holding on to private information and private resources very tightly. This could be a boss or an authority figure who is perfectly willing to work with you, but at the same time they need you to kind of keep things just private between them and yourself. The Four of Pentacles can also indicate, though, a need to pay attention to, again, where we are grasping on too tightly or trying to claim too much ownership of a goal or perhaps a project. And, you've got to be careful about alienating yourself that way, Sagittarius. It's great that you want to be the leader, but don't be afraid to be a team player, too. And that's one of the funny things, even doing this, I've kind of noticed, like, there are a lot of, hopeful entrepreneurs and, and contractors out there that do so, but they cannot work on a team when it is even in their best interest, and it's going to be tough to work with those people. And this week, I'm not saying you're going to be one of those types, but with the Four of Pentacles, you may be encountering those types of that energy as well. So set an example and maybe show people it is okay to, again, follow instead of lead, and you may actually notice that that's winning you points, even though, it may come contrary to your experience with this company. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends and your relatives and the others in your life, we do have the Four of Cups inverted. And this card can actually say randomly, out of nowhere, a lot of you Pisces people may actually find out that a friend or a relative is jumping the gun on a plan that you knew they were going to go forth with, but they're actually able to do it sooner. And this could actually be really good news for a lot of you who have maybe hoping, to hear about a friend's move, or maybe even a friend trying to get some kind of plan underway with you. The Four of Cups inverted says that maybe you've been waiting for them to kind of get their act in order, get their stuff together so we can finally commence with this plan, whatever it is. And the Four of Cups inverted says that, well, this person has actually found a way to get it done sooner, so we don't have to wait on them as long as we thought. What can actually be really good news, because sometimes people can make us wait for a long time. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Tower card upright. And this card, honestly, I can't even sugarcoat it, especially in the challenge position. The Tower card usually does indicate some kind of major upset, some kind of sudden, explosive event that, we are going to have to see to, or we may actually be a part of. And one of the things about the Tower card that you've got to understand is that the Tower is supposed to be ending something or challenging something that somebody just won't let go. And sometimes the Tower happens to folks who, who aren't transitioning or moving as fast as they should. And this could happen anywhere because it's in a challenge position. Usually this does indicate, a harsh or sudden end, but, clarifying it with two more cards, because I tend to with these extreme cards like this, I do have the Lovers card reversed and the Seven of Cups reversed, which is very interesting. And a lot of this, I'm kind of feeling, has much to do with the fact that there is somebody who you are not meant to break bread with at this point in time. You might not be meant to partner up with them at this point in time, or you might not be meant to sort of have this project or this plan go forward again with them at this point in time. And this may be somebody we've been negotiating with. This could be a potential landlord. This could be a client or a customer. This could be a business partner, hopeful, or something along those lines. But the Seven of Cups inverted says we are being told not to commit to this situation or to this partnership at this point in time. And I feel like the challenge may have to do with a big clash either between the two of you, or a clash of drama that's happening in their life that sort of takes them out of this situation, thus sparing you both. both, more potential heartache, because you just got to know when it's not happening. And I think that with the Lovers card reversed, it's sort of bringing an end to a situation where it was never going to be win-win in the first place. So we're dodging a bullet even though it doesn't feel like it. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Ten of Swords inverted. And again, not a bad card to get inverted, because normally upright I'd be pulling more cards. But with the Ten of Swords inverted, we're actually seeing a second chance. And I always love this card in reverse, because it does talk about second chances, especially when it comes to things that we thought were like dead and gone or impossible. And this has to do with love. And we all have this theme of second chances going on this week. A lot of you Sagittarius people may find yourself getting second chances with somebody who maybe we got off on the wrong foot with. Things weren't going very well with them. Or maybe things have just been a bit too challenging and we've been having a hard time, reconciling the very small superficial incompatibilities. Well, the Ten of Swords inverted says we might be dealing with a situation where everyone's, maturing out of taking incompatibility so personally. And I like that for you because the Ten of Swords inverted says we get a second chance. Possibly even with somebody that we've already been with, or maybe somebody that we should have, given a second chance to ourselves. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Ten of Swords reverse is saying, you and your partner are going to be getting a second chance of your own. And this has something to do with something that you both have quit or something that you've both given up on prematurely, that you were not meant to. And we may actually get a chance to revisit it. It's not something that was actually done to a satisfactory completion. So I like this because, again, it's a very happy, it's a very healthy and very healing card because it's reversed. So that is your forecast, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.